Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Game of Thrones. Last time on Game of Thrones, we had The Wolf and the Lion, where we continued our doing stuff in King's Landing, which is the broadest sense of what we did. Some things happened. First off, Lady Stark, who you guys reminded me is named Caitlyn. Thank you guys for pointing out everyone's name that I've missed. Some of them, like the bald guy. Shit. Varys? I think it's Varys. It's not Viserys, because Viserys is Daenerys' brother. I think it's Varys. Shit. Well, worst case scenario, I'll just call him the bald guy. You guys know who I mean. But the thing was, I remembered Caitlyn. I remember Caitlyn. I just forgot in the moment that was her name. So there's that. And then there was the king's brother. First off, you guys told me that the gay guy, as I put it, is the king's brother. Which I kind of figured that out a little later after recording. I was like, wait a minute, he said he was like fourth in line for the throne. It's like, well, wait. And then I was like, wait a second, didn't they say that Robert had a brother on the council? It's like, oh, that's probably him. So, but thank you guys for informing me anyway. I'm sure eventually I'll start getting all these names perfectly down, but they're throwing a lot at me in this first season, which makes sense. It's your first season, you gotta set up a lot of stuff, so yeah. Bear with me as I try to get everything down. But Caitlyn took Tyrion Lannister to her sister, her effed up breastfeeding a 10-year-old crazy sister, and Tyrion was thrown into a cell, which was missing a wall, but it's okay because it's not like he could really escape because he was like 50,000 feet in the air. So, there's that. Ned Stark was doing some stuff, still kind of going on his investigation, and meeting more of Robert's bastards, but he ended up resigning as the King's Hand due to Robert wanting to go and kill Daenerys Targaryen and her son when they got the news, and Ned's like, killing an innocent child doesn't make us any better. And so he quit. I think Robert's probably still going to do it anyway. So, yeah. On his way out of the whorehouse where he met one of Robert's bastards, he was confronted by Jaime, who wants Tyrion's freedom, and he got into a fight, and was doing okay while he was fighting Jaime. Ned was doing alright while he was fighting Jaime until some a-hole just stabbed him in the back of his thigh. So there's that. He may or may not... Well, I don't think he's dead. But we kind of just ended the episode with him like bleeding on the ground. So, yeah. There was no Jon Snow or the Wall or the Night's Watch. No Daenerys or Khal Drogo, just sort of mentioning them. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good recap. Once again, I must say my whole spoiler spiel of no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Let's only focus on the episode at hand and previous episodes that I have reacted to. Yeah, let's get watching episode 6. It's interesting the way people wake up in film. It's never like very groggy, they just, I'm awake.
I should wear the armor, and you the gown.
Ooh! It's still his friend.
I can't rule the kingdoms if the Starks and the Lannisters are at each other's throats, so enough.
Interesting, he's got to be the intermediary between them.
Put on the badge, and if you ever take it off again, I swear to the mother I'll pin the damn thing on Jaime Lannister.
Yep, can't get out of this one, Ned.
Khaleesi?
Ow.
Khaleesi!
Dude, they don't burn.
You're...
We'll talk about them afterward because, huh. Oh, he can ride again.
Too fast.
Ooh, not even a challenge. Oh no, a challenge.
Drop the blade.
No, don't!
Do it.
Do it! Well, don't do it. I mean, I don't know. Do you have like a hidden blade? You can just chuck at him? Or a hidden archer. Nice shot. Tyrion! What? Oh boy. See, you should lay down with your head towards the door and your feet towards the back. So when you roll over, you're just going side to side, not closer to the thing.
If you're with your trouble when fighting happens. More trouble for you.
Yeah. Learn how to fight through the troubles.
There is only one God, and his name is death.
His
And there is only
name
one
is
thing we say
Jesus.
to death. Not today.
I think I've heard that. You say to death, not today. Whoa, okay. Just trying to say stuff, and then it cuts to Daenerys eating shit.
She's doing well.
She'll never keep it down.
Is it raw? Can she put a little salt on it or something? Can she keep it? Just give it a second. Think of something nice. Don't think about puking horse hearts out. Look how happy he is. He's proud of her.
Stallion.
Prince rides inside me. It shall be Rhaego? Rhaego. Cool. Now you have a name for the baby. Yay!
The greatest dynasty this world has ever seen on my shoulders since
It's
I was
dynasty.
5 years old.
Sometimes possession is an abstract concept. When
I don't
they
think it's gonna
captured
work
me,
on
they
this
took
guy.
my purse. You know who the Lannisters are. I am a Lannister.
Use your name.
Tyrion, son of Tywin. Tell her I wish to confess my crimes.
Interesting.
When I was 10, I stuffed my uncle's boots with goat shit. When confronted with my crime, I blamed a squire.
Is he just
Poor
trying to
boy
like
flogged.
filibuster?
I made the bald man cry. Into the turtle stew, which I do believe my sister ate. At least I hope she did. I once brought a jackass and a honeycomb into a brothel.
Silence! What happened next?
What do you think you're doing?
Confessing his
Confessing
crimes.
my crime?
Yeah.
Lord Tyrion.
Open the moon door.
The moon door. Is it? Huh.
Now I demand a champion. I have that right, same as you.
Yeah.
My lady,
Fair
I will
enough.
gladly fight Im's champion for you.
I wouldn't be too glad, sir. I name my brother, Jaime Lannister.
Jaime Lannister.
Kingslayer is hundreds of miles.
Your Grace, it's the king's hand you're addressing, not the king. The king is hunting.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with your grace. Ugh.
Were to order attacks on villages under the king's protection, it would be...
That would be almost as brazen as attacking the hand of the king in the streets of the capital.
You're in a lot of crap right now, Ned.
I denounce him and attaint him. I strip him of all ranks and titles,
Whoa.
of all lands and holdings,
Man.
and sentence him to death.
My lord.
Jeez. Ned's going all out.
This is a...
Inform Tywin Lannister that he has been summoned to court to answer for the crimes of his bannermen. He will arrive within the fortnight or be branded an enemy of the crown and a traitor to the realm.
Okay. That's... The father of the Lannisters is coming?
Gold wins wars, not soldiers.
And how come Robert is king? Not Tywin Lannister.
Well, that's a good point. Going upstairs. Oh, now we're going back down. He's gonna use the hole to his advantage. Oh, ooh, ooh. Alright, come on, buddy. I know you can do this. I feel like there could be a better place for everyone to fight. Or for these people to fight. Ah, just throw a dude at him. That's fun.
Enough, Savardis. Finish him.
What are you talking about? He was injured. Dude kind of has a leg up on him. Oh! That sounded like it hurt. Ooh. And down he goes. Good job. Tyrion wins. And now a Lannister must pay his debt to that guy.
Lannister always pays his debts.
Alright, cool. I mean, we still got a whole conflict between the Starks and the Lannisters, but
I come from a very small village in a...
I just realised I don't care.
Oh.
Sansa,
Except her.
now you are being rude. Until my last day.
I don't think this is gonna work out. I don't know that for certain, but I just get this strong feeling this is not gonna work out.
I'm supposed to marry Prince Joffrey. I love him, and I'm meant to be his queen and have his babies.
7 hells.
When you're old enough,
Yeah.
I'll make you a match. Lord Oris Baratheon, black of hair.
Right.
Axel Baratheon, black of hair.
Black of hair.
Stefan Baratheon, black of hair.
Wait. House Baratheon.
Robert Baratheon, black of hair. Joffrey Baratheon,
Bond.
golden head.
Wait. No way. Are we implying that Joffrey is not Robert's son? Oh, she's having fun now.
What's he saying?
What is he saying?
A golden crown that men shall tremble to behold.
Did he say that? I don't think that's what he said. Are they gonna melt? They're melting all the gold
Danny
to put on his head?
Tell them.
Ah.
He was no dragon.
Okay.
Fire cannot kill a dragon.
She's totally right. What the This show, guys. This show. Catching me off guard at every turn. Alright. Hi. Alright, that was episode 6. That was episode 6. I have notes. I have notes that we're going to talk about. Ah, I'm kicking things. Okay. Okay. I'm going to skip around in my notes a little bit because of the scene that we ended on. The Targaryens can't burn. Or can Or is it specifically that the dragon can't burn? What is the dragon? That's a thing with the Targaryen? Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. Well, I'm gonna have to figure this out. You've all seen Game of Thrones. You know what's happening, so you guys probably love that I'm confused about everything. Excuse me. Okay. So at first, when she picked up the egg and her hands didn't burn. But the Dothraki that picked it up did. She burned. Or wait, was she Dothraki or was she just a servant? She might have just been a servant. So, Daenerys didn't burn. At that point, I thought, oh, is that a thing with the Targaryens? They can't burn? So I wrote that, that's why I wrote that down. I wrote down Targaryen burn. But then, at the end, when he is burned to death, so he's just gone. Viserys is gone now, which is crazy. Viserys is gone, and he was burned. And she says, fire cannot burn a dragon. So it's not specifically that a Targaryen can't burn, it's that a dragon cannot burn. They thought he was the dragon, but now she realizes she's the dragon. Okay. She's the dragon. She is now the head of the Targaryens, I guess. All two of them, but still. She's the only Targaryen until her son is born. And she's the Khaleesi of the Dothraki. Okay. I did not see that coming. But okay, you know what? Okay. I get, you know what? I like that. That's interesting. And I was kind of wondering, like, where they were going with Daenerys, because it seemed like we kept focusing on her more than Viserys. And I thought, is she gonna, like, take over and just kill him? She didn't even, like, try to kill him. It was Khal Drogo that did that. So, yeah. Okay, I wrote down Ned as the king. The temporary king, basically, but still. Interesting that, and I guess it makes sense that when the real king is away, that the hand of the king would take over for a while. How long are we going to have Ned as the king? Because it seems to be that between all these episodes, a decent amount of time does pass. I mean, like, in the beginning, you guys pointed out that in the first episode, Robert said it took a month to reach Winterfell from King's Landing. Well, by the third episode, they're back at King's Landing, so you have to assume that a month has passed. So, there's that. So, how long has it been? How long has it been in these episodes, and how long is Robert going to be away? They said a couple weeks, so maybe the next few episodes are actually going to be relatively close together in time. That would be interesting. And it's interesting that we're now about to go to war between the Starks and the Lannisters. That's interesting. Especially because now, what is it? Tywin Lannister? Is that how you say it? Tywin Lannister? Their father, the Lannisters' father, Cersei, Jaime, and Tyrion, their father, is coming here. Interesting. And I find it interesting, you know, they even said it's like he's the richest man in the Seven Kingdoms. So, you know, gold wins wars. And it's like, well, then why is Robert the king? And instead of Tywin Lannister. So, yeah, I don't know. And now especially, like, is Tyrion still going to demand war now that he's free? now that he has done won the trial by combat and is free, is he going to insist on keeping the war with the Starks? I have no idea. So that'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see Tywin Lannister. And then the last thing I wrote down was Joffrey. Are we implying something about Joffrey? Because Ned was going through that, like, the listing of the House Baratheon. It's like, black hair, black hair, black hair, black hair. Joffrey, blonde hair. It's interesting. It's interesting how they use hair color in this show. I've never seen a show use hair color this much. But it seems like with the Lannisters have very distinctly blonde hair, and they make such a big deal about it. So there's that. But then you look over at the Baratheons now. Now they're making such a big deal that they all have black hair. All have black hair. It's crazy, man. It's like, these genetics are so strong in these families that these hair colors just prevail. That in every single Baratheon has black hair, with the exception of Joffrey. And all the Lannisters seem to have blonde hair. Like, there's no exceptions, they all have blonde hair. So are we implying that Joffrey is not Robert's son, but he's still Cersei's son? Could it then be that he is actually Jaime's son? I don't like that. I mean, maybe is that what we're implying? That he's actually Jaime and Cersei's son? Okay, because, here, let me be 100% transparent with you guys. You hear things about Game of Thrones. Now, I don't know the answer, is he Jaime's son? I don't know that. To be honest, before I started Game of Thrones, I didn't know there was a character called Jaime Lannister. All I knew was Tyrion Lannister because everyone, like, loved him. And I knew the actress who played Cersei was on this show, and I was like, oh, I think she plays a Lannister, whatever they are. So that's all I knew going in, except for the one other thing I knew. The one other thing I knew, or I think I thought I knew, I thought Joffrey's name was Joffrey Lannister. I thought that was his name. So when the show started, and it's like, oh, he's Joffrey Baratheon, it's like, that's not what I normally hear. So, I don't know, maybe that's why, maybe, I don't know. Now, like, going through the episodes, like, I thought about that, and I was like, well, maybe something happens and he, I don't know, he disowns Robert and just takes on the name Lannister. I don't know, but that's just, again, those are the only things I've heard. That's pretty much it. And I don't think those are really spoilers, because really, I'm not sure what the situation is with this whole Joffrey thing. And it doesn't ruin my experience. It actually makes this interesting. But yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Is Joffrey the son of Jaime and Cersei? Ugh. I mean, God, their incest already sucked. It was already bad to begin with, and now the prince? Ugh. Feel bad for Sansa. Just to marry him. Well, not anymore. Ned's like, and we're done here. Yeah. I hope Arya can bring her instructor with her. Yeah. Kind of it. It's kind of all I got for this episode. So, yeah. Good episode. We're really starting to really get things going, which is interesting. This is episode 6. There's 10 episodes this season, so yeah, we're making our way through season 1 already. No Jon Snow again. That was interesting. I wonder, are we going to come back to Jon Snow at any point this season? I have no idea, but Maybe. I mean, if Ned is going to go to war with the Lannisters, I feel like you would need Jon Snow just because you need everyone you can get. So, yeah. Yeah. Good episode. Can't wait to see what happens next time. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Game of Thrones reactions, I've got the full playlist down here, and I've also got some other videos you can check out to the side here, as well as the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. You can also follow me on social media, links below in the description. Later.